During my frequent trips to the United States, I'm often struck by how many Westports I see on the water. What makes this American manufacturer so popular? Why do so many yacht owners opt for this brand? When hull number 11 of their 40-metre series became available for sale through Northrop & Johnson, I spoke to yacht broker Wes Sanford to ask him about the brand's popularity and about this specific yacht.
Westport Yachts has been building boats in Seattle for decades. They are one of the most prolific shipyards in the world and have been historically. They specialize in semi-custom building fiberglass boats. They're known for their 112 Westports, their 40-meter Westports, and their 50-meter Westports. They build that full range. And in each of those, they've been wildly successful. Niente is a 40-meter Westport, so 131 foot long. She has a 26-foot beam. She's about 333 gross tons. That's the description of the volume. And her draft is just over 6.5 feet. So what that means is you have 333 gross tons of space, which is very large for a 40-meter, only 6.5 foot of draft. So you can take, for the 10 guests and all the crew and all the supplies you need, you have plenty of space and only 6.5 foot draft, so you can get anywhere you want in the Bahamas, you can go to the Caribbean, etc. Just makes her very versatile that way. So you come on the aft deck, and it's a large aft deck with great areas for seating, great areas for dining. There's a bar there, and you walk the flow of the boat right into the main salon. Just kind of makes it feel open. And so this entire deck just feels inviting, comfortable. And then you have the forward area for the master, for the owner, the master stateroom. There's 4 more guest staterooms below deck, which for this size boat has always kind of amazed me, because you have 4 king-size staterooms, and then you still have a secret access for the crew to service these areas. There's a ton of storage throughout the boat, but down in this area. And going forward to the crew area, it's amazing use of space. And from a usability and workflow perspective, has always been really well thought out. You go upstairs, of course, the galley, like I said, is in the middle, and it's a great galley, kind of a commercial-oriented galley for working with. High-end chefs can produce great food for 10 guests plus the crew continuously week after week. From that area, you go upstairs. There's a nice sized sky lounge just aft of the pilot house. And then from there, a big boat deck. Now, the boat deck on these yachts is interesting from the perspective that it's open and big. So you can put whatever you want on there. Multiple jet skis, multiple tenders. I've seen a variety of configurations. Plenty of room to store other stuff, whether it's kayaks, paddle boards. There's a lot of room to take the toys to make it fun wherever you happen to go into the islands. This 40 meter configuration has an even nicer separate private sun deck up from there. So you have the toy deck on right behind the pilot house and the sky lounge, and then you go up one more deck and you have a very large sun deck with a jacuzzi on the front end, a nice service area in the middle, do dining, and then a sun area in the back if you wanted for chaise lounges, etc. All the decks are teak. It's a beautiful boat. I mean, we call it a pocket mega yacht because you can take 10 guests and crew anywhere in the Bahamas, anywhere in the Caribbean, but it's small enough it seems a little bit more manageable than when you get up into the 50 and 60 meter yachts. This particular model of the Westport 40 meter has MTU 12V4000 engines, which allow it to have the horsepower for going high speeds, 18 to 20 knot cruise. At 18 knots, you still have the range to get all the way to the Caribbean with the reserve. It's about a 1,300 nautical mile range. If you wanted to slow down to 12 knots, you could get up to closer to 3,000 nautical miles. Niente is number 11 of 14 of these 40 meter Westports. What makes her unique of those 14 is that this owner bought her in 2014 and has owned her continuously. So what that means is you have great visibility into the history of the boat. Even as crew come and go, it's the same owner. They have a great history, great records. They just recently painted the boat this last year. It takes very good care of it. And so it's just one more level of comfort that a new owner can have, and that there's not going to be any surprises for them, anything unknown history of the boat, which sometimes happens in our business. These boats really are awesome. And one of the reasons I really love selling these boats is I don't get very many of those phone calls after they own it saying, why didn't you tell me about this? It's not doing this. It should have been doing that. It's understandable and it's reliable. And so it actually makes my job that much more enjoyable because I know I don't have to worry about that call after the fact. If you're interested in Niente, please pick up the phone or get on your computer and email me, call me. Be happy to arrange an inspection. The boat's going to be is typically in and around the Bahamas or Florida. We can arrange an inspection at your convenience and be happy to show you the boat.